Hello everyone, and welcome to the OMindfulness guided meditation. Thank you for being here. We're here to support each other in our formal mindfulness practice. Mindfulness is about being in the present moment and being here in a kindly and accepting way. That means that we set aside judgment and we just allow things to be as they are. So if you'd like to know more about the concepts, then there are other recorded meditations in the archive, and there's some information on the website OMindfulness.com. So thank you for being here. Today we're going to have 10 minutes guided meditation focusing on the breath, and then I will share a few words about relating to our thoughts. So if you're ready, I invite you to adopt a dignified posture. It helps us to stay alert. Make sure that you won't be interrupted by the telephone. And if we are interrupted, that's all part of the moment, to be embraced without judgment. So closing our eyes for 10 minutes, mindfulness of the breath. Coming into the moment through the physical sensations of sitting. Aware of our weight on the chair, on the cushion. Exploring the physical sensations of contact, of pressure, of warmth or coolness. Connecting with the body through the physical sensations present. Feeling the body rather than thinking about it. You may have a sense of coming home to the self. Coming into the body helps us come into the moment. Usually once we can feel the body, then we're here. Without trying too hard. We notice the physical feelings as we sit. And allow our level of awareness to be just the way it is. And once we're here in the body, however imperfectly, we invite our attention to the breath. Changing nothing, not breathing in any special way. We just notice the gentle rise and fall. The expansion and the letting go. Taking the position of the witness, and observing the body breathing. The air passing, maybe more in one nostril than the other. We might feel it in our throat. Maybe aware of our skin moving against our clothes. Bringing the mind back when it wanders. Each time it drifts off, we can notice where it has gone and then come kindly back to the breath, to the now. With a gentle attitude towards ourselves, we observe the body. We notice where the mind goes. And we come back to the now, to the detail of the physical sensations in the body. Being really interested, noticing the subtleties of each breath and how that feels. This breath and this one. Thoughts are not a problem. not a failure to have them. It's just what minds do. And we can say, there's planning or remembering or worrying. And come back to the breath, to the moment, to the physical sensations in the body. Each breath is similar, but unique, worthy of our attention, and a beautiful vehicle for helping us to immerse ourselves in the present moment and accept things exactly the way they are. Just a few more moments in kindly mindful awareness, watching the breath and being here. And when we're ready, opening our eyes and feeling that transition too. Might like a stretch or a yawn. It's interesting how one feels different in just 10 minutes. So as we observe the breath, we notice that the thoughts arise, and each thought has an effect on our physical and our emotional state. So if we're remembering a difficult conversation, or perhaps remembering an embarrassing moment, or planning something really exciting and fun, those thoughts are going to generate hormonal changes in the body. And whether the thoughts are happy or not so happy, A, they're not bringing us into the now, and B, they have this strong emotional control over us, and they can so easily fill us with fear just in a second or two. So as we're hardwired to focus on the negative, and we talked about this in a previous archive, it's to do with our survival mechanism. It's very easy to go down a path of negative rumination, and we can slide into a low mood without really knowing how it happened. And once we're in that negative place and one negative thought leads to another, then we see the world through that filter, and the world starts to look like a not very friendly place. So I know this seems really obvious, but just knowing it is often not enough to prevent us sliding into those negative places and spoiling a perfectly good day. We might feel completely justified in being upset or cross. You know, we're right, somebody cut us up in the car, and we'll get off onto a negative mindset and feel justified in feeling that way without really noticing that it's actually spoiling our day, and we have some choice as to whether we go there. And that choice comes from practicing mindfulness meditation. And by going through the mindfulness of the breath, noticing where the thoughts take us, coming back to the now, we develop this skill to see thoughts as just mental events. And we then start to have some choice over whether we believe them, whether we follow them, whether we invest them with energy or not. So we end up in control of our thoughts rather than our thoughts being in control of us. So when we're out in our day-to-day lives and we're starting to imagine the worst possible outcome, we can say to ourselves, is this disaster that I'm predicting really a likely outcome? Or did that person really mean to be rude to me? Or will I let this upset spoil my whole day? And if we're not vigilant about observing our thoughts, and we haven't been practicing in our formal meditation, then often one negative thought can lead to another, and we've spoiled a perfectly good day, and we're not thinking as creatively or intuitively as we might be if we're in a mindful state and really aware of our thoughts, and that thoughts are just mental events and they're not necessarily the truth. So don't be tyrannized by your thoughts. It takes practice to be able to observe them as they arise, and it's a skill worth developing. Keep up the formal practice. Thank you very much for being here. Have a mindful day, and I'll see you again soon for some more shared meditation online. Bye-bye for now.